Hey, this has been better for our show.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Now, there's been
I was going to say, not the best, but
not as
tagged a
detailed,
lot last night.
not as fun.
not as
Oh,
fun.
yeah. Definitely not as fun.
Certainly no fun. This segment because
Right.
it's all work, and it's not as insightful as some other ones. I would just like to say, when you make those types of proclamations, which we never ever would do,
Nope.
you're asking for people to dunk on you.
Yeah.
And I would
No,
not
it's
like
not.
to be a part of it. Like a lot of my mentions, like a lot of Darius's mentions last night, were, our guy Dahn just getting obliterated.
It's awesome.
And I don't like that because then Dahn is going to hold that against me because I'm getting added in there and I don't want to do it. But when you make those types of proclamations, like you're asking for it on the internet. And
Every
also
week.
you're saying a lot. Like you're saying a lot to some other people. You're taking that's a big hack.
Yeah.
You take out of the batter's box there.
It's every week, with every segment. We get it. You love the show.
Bruh.
You love doing the show. Okay? You don't have to force feed down to people's throats.
Ty, what are you saying?
I love Dan Orlovsky. I do,
Great
and I think that's a good show. I get so sick and tired of seeing the self-suck from that show.
What are you talking about? What is your deal?
Okay, it's the best show on TV. I get it. I've heard it 150,000 times. I watch it. I love it. Don't need it. Okay? Just knock it off.
What do you mean self-suck?
The opinions.
Yeah. I love that term. I like that term, Ty. Thank you.
Como se dice self-suck?
I would like to let everybody know that the opinions of Ty and others that potentially chimed in there do not reflect that of their employer and or their peers.
We love Dan.
Yeah,
Love
I
Dan.
love
that.
Dane as
Big
well.
fan.
I was
Of course.
a little irritated this morning when I saw that. Oh, this again. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
I am happy though that linear television has become much better with those guys on television.
Without question.
I think so. I think they do a great job. Dane did text us earlier saying our service probably not good. Turns out might be his service, but nonetheless, Dane, we appreciate you.
Love
And
you,
thank
Dano.
you for making the sports world a better place.
Thank you, Dan.
All right,
But you're
Dan.
running your mouth about us whenever you say stuff like that. You need to know that. And although we're not going to say anything, some of our people who we appreciate are going to.
Most certainly will.
And both your and my internet experience is going to be no fun for a good 2-3 hours. But you deserve it.
Yeah.
But you deserve it. You're asking for it.
I'd have some awareness there. But
That's something Dan knows about.
he does, quarterback.
Does he?
Got to.
Well,
I'm not sure. Is this, which play is this?
I don't know. You tell me. I think this is the one we're looking for.
Bomb. Here we go.
Yep.
Thanksgiving football. My guy Tone was getting fried. So we got the Bills, Lions, Josh Allen. Touchdown pass to Isaiah McKenzie. But you start out too high here on defense. Start out too high, double. Gonna double Davis down here. After the motion, gonna end up doubling Diggs. This is Josh Allen just IDing this coverage in the red area. See double, and you got the ISO here on McKenzie. He's gonna run away from leverage here, across the route, which is a fucking tough route down here. You see the double, he comes with the motion. Run it back real quick. I want you to see this communication from this safety to this corner. He had a hell of a game too, 2-3. You'll see the communication here. He's gonna overrun it. Gonna have a bracket double on Diggs. Go ahead, it happened already.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, now you good. Boom, so you see him come down, so now that middle is completely vacated. A lot of people will say, what's the post safety doing? What's the middle of the field safety doing? Run it back real quick. So he's going to be responsible for 13, right? He's going to say, all right, you stay on top of Davis over here. You go down, and now this whole field, the whole middle of the field is going to be vacated. And it's a tough down. Every down on defense, somebody got to wear the hat, right? Especially when there's other good receivers that's going to be doubled. That third or second guy is going to have a tough one-on-one matchup.
Jesus.
You see where Josh is looking. He's looking right here. He's going to see the double team, and you'll see his helmet go right to Isaiah, and just a nice toss.
Layup.
Romo was talking a lot about his elbow this game. Every time he missed the throw, but he was on target. And he made a huge throw to Diggs late to win it too. So he's fighting through it.
Have you seen any, the elbow issue is going to obviously carry, but it feels like they have offense
I don't think it's
schemes
an issue
too.
right now.
You don't think it's an issue at all?
Nah, literally his first throw of the game, I think it was a back shoulder to Diggs. You saw the velocity.
It was.
You see he had, 80 yards rushing. I don't think he slid once.
Yep.
So if you have an elbow on your throwing arm, regardless if it's a pain thing. Obviously, I think he was off the injury report going into the week. So I think the elbow is fine at this point, or whatever he's shooting up with, he's fine during game day.
This is a coverage beater, right? This play
Absolutely.
Is that Ken Dorsey expecting what they were doing there and calling the perfect play?
Most likely, a lot of teams get into double type things. Maybe he was just expecting midfield, but this is also a read here. This was third and I have on this one. This was like third and medium. So this is around the sticks area, right? So this double is going to happen around the sticks. So they're probably expecting this coverage is something probably the Lions do, and then he just has to find 3rd and 6. So he just has to find the matchup here. And Isaiah had a big game this game, but this just running away from leverage. Like you see this a lot. It happened to Kenny Moore when the Eagles played the Colts. Similar coverage. I think it was Quez Watkins, super fast.
So fast.
Just ran away from leverage. It's tough
good.
when you run across that field.
Hey, the Eagles kind of similar to the Chiefs in that thing, where just some, I don't want to say random Quez, but kind of random guy is just the fastest guy in the field all of a sudden, and then you're able to draw plays. Like, this is a beautifully designed play. That guy's going to be fucking wide open against that coverage. AJ, there ain't nothing you could do there, huh? Nothing you could do as a linebacker? Maybe get smarter?
As D-Butt said, yeah, man, someone's got to wear the hat. You got to win that one-on-one. That's tough right there.
You hear Chuck say it all the time. Somebody got to wear that hat. He had to wear that hat. Yo.
Lions defense has actually gotten better since firing that DB's coach. Do you think it has anything to do with it or coincidence?
No. It's got to be. It's got to be because you're missing some starters. You're missing Okuda, obviously.
Yeah.
But they're playing well. In my opinion, I felt like they should have beat the Bills.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people, has things to say about MCDC and that deep ball on 3rd and 1.
I didn't hate it personally.
Yeah, it was there. It was a walk-in touchdown if Goff makes that throw. Goff missed some big throws in that game.
Goff?
This team is playing better. He's a knockout as a draft pick.
Where's that
awesome.
D-back
Kirby
coach at
Joseph.
now, D-Buck?
Kirby Joseph.
Which one? Kirby Joseph?
No, the guy who got fired from the Lions. What?
Is he?
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Packers picked him up the day after he got fired by the Lions.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and remember,
That's awesome, AJ. Did you know that?
Mid-season?
Yeah.
He's vacuuming. Yeah, mid-season.
You got picked up mid-season?
Pat,
Yeah, sorry, had a spill.
his helmet here, though. You can just watch Josh Allen helmet just go through this progression. Boom. Sees what's happening with Diggs. He knows, all right, that safety's down. Nobody's there. So, boop.
Man.
Like,
their
he didn't even look at
secondary-
McKenzie. I don't even know if he looked at McKenzie. He just knew
Just
that's
knew
where.
exactly, just knew where he's going.
Remember the last time the Lions were on here, the double teams they had on Waddle and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
Compared to those ones.
both guys are wide open.
that's when he got fired.
At least
It
they
was
were
after
covered
that
in it.
game.
Exactly. At least those are good double teams.
Yeah.
That guy was trying to get fired. He knew he had a Green Bay job sitting on deck. Go over there with no expectations, even though Detroit's pretty low. What's going on with the Rams? Are they dead, huh? They
They're
lose to
dead.
the Chiefs. Everybody expected
They're
them to
dead.
lose to the Chiefs, I think.
Yeah, and I think they obviously had a backup quarterback, 3rd stringer playing in this game. But, Stafford, he's probably going to be shut down for the rest of the season with that concussion. Defense isn't playing well. This is actually 13 personnel, so 1 back, 3 tight ends, 1, 2, 3 tight ends. But Kelsey, we all know at this point, pretty much a receiver. Juju Smith up here. So on defense, this is man-to-man across the board. And defensively, the Rams said, hey, we're going to put our best guy on their best guy. We're going to put Jalen Ramsey on Travis Kelsey. It's going to be 2 high safeties, so you expect some help somewhere on Kelsey. But let it play. Juju Smith up top, he's just going to run straight down the middle, and then you're going to have this one-on-one with Travis Kelsey. And he's not the fastest, he's not the quickest guy on the field, but he just knows how to get open. And anytime Mahomes IDs man-to-man coverage, he knows he's going to this matchup because he's beating anybody. So that route at the top, you can obviously see it from the wide copy. No safety help. Juju's running both of those safeties off. Jalen Ramsey, who, making 20 a year, you feel comfortable with him being one-on-one. He's ready to run it back, too. One thing about this dude, too, he's always ready to pitch that thing. Like, he's about to get tackled here, and he looks back at Isaiah. He's ready to –
Been awesome.
he's ready to pitch. If he was probably 4 yards closer, he'd probably pitch it to him, but he ended up scoring.
How about a fake pitch as a juke?
Yeah.
Quarterbacks use the pump fake like 10 yards
Yep.
down the field. Travis Kelsey's like, I'll just fucking fake pitch it all day, boom.
And Kelsey anytime TD, like that's,
Lock it in.
lock it.
Ramsey-
Well, there for like 4 weeks, it wasn't.
If
Remember?
you see this from the back copy, boom. Just watch at the top of this route.
How come it feels like he's been beat so much this year?
All right, so boom, so right, so boop. So you get him kind of tossing him to the inside. Now he's outside leverage. Now he's setting him up with that outside stick. He chases it, and it's good night, Irene. Bop. And then his yak too, his rack. I mean, he's as good as they come. A lot of people call him the GOAT at this point.
He's going to have, statistically, he's going to be the GOAT by the end of this
Oh,
year,
yeah.
let alone if he plays for another 2-3, which probably could happen with how good a shape he is in and with the offense they're running. Why would you want to leave this dynasty? He's already restructured his contract, take a signing bonus to open up more cap space. Why would he not be the GOAT? Just because he doesn't block? Is that what they're saying? Because he doesn't block as much?
It's becoming such a pass first game that with his numbers, I think they'll be so astronomical. And then, he's already got one ring?
He's got
if they
one.
win another ring, I think he'll kind of take over in that conversation. Right now, a lot of people get that edge to Gronk. You got Gonzo too, Tony Gonzalez.
Well,
But Gronk was
He needs
unbelievable
to stop
in the
doing
run
what
game
he's
as
doing
well.
on that kickoff show with those blankets. Because, they're judging Kelsey against him, and they're saying Kelsey's soft. Kelsey doesn't block people. He's not in the run game. And then they're like, oh, we're judging him against the guy that has blankets on at 65 degrees on television when nobody else does. I'm just saying, I love Tony Gonzo, okay? I think he's great on everything he does, and he was incredible as a tight end. But whenever you start judging tight ends, that's the only knock on Kelsey is he's not physical enough. He's not a road grader or whatever. And you're like, it's hard for, I think, a whole generation of people to know Tony Gonzalez is maybe a road grader. Because every time we see him on TV, we think, that's the softest fucking guy that's ever graced television right there. It makes no sense at
He's
all.
retired now.
Living.
Probably live in L.A., son.
Living.
Our
Let's not
Tony-
hold the blankets against them.
They also
That's
don't-
what I'm saying. I need to, because they're in New England.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's supposed to be snowing and everything. And the other problem with Tony Gonzalez is our Tony Gonzalez hit an inside the park home run at the Democrat versus Republican baseball game. Not that guy who's on the pregame show.
You're talking about Anthony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez.
No,
yeah.
that's Anthony Gonzalez.
That's Tony Gonzalez.
That's Anthony Gonzalez, whose political career is coming to an end here within about another month.
Damn.
Good luck, Gonzo.
Gonzo
and he's going down as one of
Thank
the
you,
greatest of all time.
in the baseball game.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Did he get gambling approved in Ohio?
Yeah, that was him.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Gonzo
was him.
did that.
Great
Let
legacy.
him have that one.
Hell yeah.
Great legacy.
He found a way, and I guess this is a
Boy.
difficult thing to do.
That's why he's the GOAT.
And AJ, correct me if I'm wrong. You're in Ohio there. He found a way to get all parties to hate him.
That's right.
That was awesome. Immediately upon getting elected, one party hates him, half of your party hates you because they wanted the other person that you were running against in there.
Right.
And then he somehow found a way of getting the rest of them to hate him as well. So he didn't have any allies, I don't think, publicly. I don't think so. And Gonzo had to think a couple times, what the fuck am I doing this for? Do you think that happened, AJ? Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Yes, Gonzo was working for a startup in San Fran before that, and all of a sudden, like I said, dude, I thought he was on a fast track to become the president, and all of a sudden I realized,
He was.
okay, all right, good, Gonzo, go do something. You're too smart for that. Go
You
do
should
something
lobby
to
for
make
us.
$1 billion.
Gonzo should just try to enjoy his life.
I was going to say, you should go on like a 2-year vacation.
Just
Kick your feet up and relax.
Go to Europe.
Isn't that politics?
Poco Joe.
Not when you have Big Don, calling you out by name, saying, this guy's a loser. Don't listen to him.
That stuff.
Yeah.
Bad.
Anyways, that's Anthony Gonzalez.
Okay.
Tony Gonzalez, great tight end for the Chiefs, for the Falcons, incredible athlete, great TV commentator, Hall of Famer already.
I
Yeah.
believe so.
Yeah.
Thought so.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
Hall of
First
Famer
ballot
already.
had to have
Congrats to
been
him,
valid,
man.
He ain't better than Kelsey. Plain and simple. He's not.
Kelsey loves him. Kelsey talks about how
Absolutely.
much he's learned from Gonzo, as all tight ends probably have. Gronk is the one who I think everybody
changed the-
says
yeah, Gronk.
is the guy.
They also don't ask Kelsey to be a road grader. Like, that isn't like his, it's like, hey, go catch touchdowns. Like, that's what you're here. Like, he will block,
Yeah, you
but they're not asking him to be a road grader.
Got one of the best.
You said something to Antoine Bethea on Man to Man podcast about him. You're like, he's not that fast. He's seemingly, but he outruns people.
He outruns people. He jukes people. Like, he's just a great football player. You know what I
Crafty
mean?
son of a
You know,
bitch.
And it
a lot
seems
of
like-
guys look great in shorts in the tee, but then when it's football time, like, he's going to get open. Zone, you can't run zone coverage. He's going to find a hole, and then man coverage. Doesn't matter who you put on him. He beats corners, beats safeties, beats backers. So
And he's a
great
dog.
player.
Yeah.
He's a dog.
And he's a dog. All right, let's roll.
Fly through these, yeah. Cardinals, just utter confusion on the defensive side of the ball. DeAndre Carter's going to motion over. They got a cornerback. Pause it real quick. So I don't know how you guys used to do it, AJ, but whenever we had a corner blitz, if we always did it from the single on that single X side, especially if he was in cut split. But once we got 2, that's when we would swap it to either this backer, he's coming over, or even the safety if he was down. But the Cardinals, they still send the corner. So pause it. So now it becomes confusion on, I guess, who's responsible for who, because he runs over in motion. He believes he's responsible for number 2. And then this safety, since the corner is blitzing off who's originally number 1, that was the safety's responsibility. Both of these guys are going to end up on him. Carter's going to end up wide open up the sideline. And then, I don't know, if you run it back real quick, we had a similar play from Baltimore earlier this year when they played. If you run it back a couple frames, pause it, like whatever defense you're playing, you can let it run forward a little bit. Whatever defense you're playing, you should never have this going on in the zone defense. So some guys are fucked up with that's a simple motion. That's a motion.
The wheel route on that side was wide open.
Literally every game. So you're in the middle of it down. This is kind of just, I don't know what's going on here. But
AJ, what's the deal whenever it's a corner blitz? Are you guys audibling out of that, changing the man who's blitzing so you can cover some people, or no?
Now, sometimes, though, if they motioned and get 2 on that side, we would check out of that corner blitz, or you would replace them. Like Simmons all of a sudden would come off the edge and 2 DBs would handle it.
yeah. So rule of thumb for me was you never send a corner blitz from a 2-man side. So that's just an attached tight end here. You got a tight receiver. But if it's 2 receivers, I don't want to blitz one of my best cover guys and then put 2 other guys on the 2 receivers. You just don't do it. But this is whatever they were supposed to execute here, they didn't. Herbert finds them up the seam. So that's bad ball defensively, though. You make it too easy for a good quarterback.
And the Cardinals are in disarray.
Yeah.
Disarray.
Anybody watching in season?
It looks bad.
No.
You still watch
Hard
that?
Knocks, nobody's talking about
He
it.
was watching.
He watched the first episode
Yeah, I missed last week, but
and the week before that. How many weeks are there, Zeke? You've missed every one since the first
there's
one.
been 3 episodes, I think.
Yeah, so you missed that last week and the one before. I think we're the only ones.
I've seen 2. I've seen 2
That
episodes.
aren't watching?
I think
or-
we're the only ones that think about watching.
No, I think we were the only ones that even have somebody that watches.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I wonder how it is. It's probably okay with
Nobody
all the,
knows it's happening.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Nobody knows. And the thing with the Colts last year was they turned it on right when the season was starting. Like the Cardinals, if anything, have just more so dug their grave. Like it's over now already, and they're still.
Are people still
5
going to be
weeks.
open to Hard Knocks in the middle of the season? Because Colts supposed to make a fucking Super Bowl run, don't even make the playoffs. Cardinals supposed to make a Super Bowl run,
Yeah.
probably not even going to make the playoffs with this thing.
Didn't the coach say they hated it after?
Well, I don't know.
No.
It depends on who it was, right? Because I think Chris Ballard hated everything about it, the GM. Like, hey, it's already hard enough to fucking win. We got a quarterback that doesn't even know what he's doing. He's our fucking quarterback. We paid him $100 million. He's our 5th quarterback we fucking had. Like, doesn't want to do it at all. That's a normal thing. I think a lot of the players didn't mind it though, which they were all buying it. I saw a lot of segments, didn't you? I saw a lot of segments and shit.
Yeah, you know they do every episode. You know they key in on a couple players, but I would have hated it.
Me
Yeah,
too.
would've
I
hated
would
Didn't
not.
they say-
As somebody who's natural on a microphone and doesn't mind content and everything like that, I don't think I would have been the biggest fan of in season.
a lot.
Yeah, because you're putting people in an interesting position. Because obviously everybody has respect for NFL Films. NFL Films is like the 33rd owner. But also, we're trying to win some fucking games here. How many seasons do I have in my entire career? I think that's going to continue to be a tough sell if they suck. But Hard Knocks during training camp has been a curse, people say. But the teams that qualify for Hard Knocks for training camp stink.
Right.
So is it the reason that the Hard Knocks is there that they lose, or is it they've qualified for Hard Knocks so they're already going to lose for the training camp one? So I'm cool with that. Regular season, though, Colts are supposed to fucking go.
Oh, yeah.
They do not. Cardinals supposed to fucking go. They do not. That's a tough first 2 seasons of in-seasons Hard Knocks, which is on what nights? Tuesday nights? Is it on Tuesday
Yeah,
nights?
Tuesdays, I think.
I think it's Wednesday because I wanted to
Maybe
watch
it
on
is.
Tuesday.
Jesus. See,
It threw me off.
we're a pretty big football show.
Preseason one is on
Yes,
Tuesdays, but yeah, who knows? Didn't they say though that it's less intrusive in terms of people being in the like they set this shit up. They set all the cameras up before the season starts during training camp, so it's not like the training camp Hard Knocks where you just have bodies there all the time. Like it's all those robotic cameras, so guys forget that they're there outside of like the little vignettes that they do, you know, outside of the building on their off days.
What did Keim say? Keim said it's okay if people feel like they have to act like their best selves or something like
Right.
that because the camera's on, so they're doing like what a movie
Yeah.
would do, like the best thing. I think it does potentially take away some some real genuine moments that could happen because people don't want to get caught up
definitely.
in a moment,
Yeah.
you know? How would you would hate it, right?
I mean, honestly, you probably forget about it to an extent.
But then whenever it runs,
yeah, but
you get reminded.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so I understand the whole camera. You kind of do get used. I was a part of a reality show before, and after probably the first week or so, you kind of get used to
It was
it.
a reality show.
It was actually with Coach Prime, Coach Dahn. Prime U. We were training for the combine. It was me and like 5, 6 other guys training out in Dallas with Dahn. And they're following
That's
us. I think
awesome.
NFL
That's
Network.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
have
what
we
was-
never heard of this?
I mean, that was 2009.
How'd you do? Were you awesome in there?
I'd really watched it back.
Didn't want to?
Nah, it was fun though. It was fun. It was
You
Dahn.
enjoyed Prime though as a coach?
Yeah, loved him. He took us to church, took us to his house, trained them. Guys would come in, Pac-Man would come in, other guys that would train with him in the off seasons. But you just, you got to see
West Virginia.
some of his old he still got a whole thing of tapes that he used to watch. But he was awesome. Just getting
Loves
to know him.
coaching though.
Loves coaching. Yeah, he didn't like coaching like DBs at that time. And that, obviously, if you're an all-time great, it's easier. So he went more so to the offensive side. But with us, it was just DB work, field work. Then that other shit that goes into combine training as well. But it was fun though. It was cool.
The speeches he gives in his team meetings, like I think I don't know what people would think from Prime to be a head coach of a team. He holds people accountable. He's like I don't want to say he's a hard ass coach because I think his players love him or whatever, but he's like attentive, accountable, kind of a hard edge, but he has his own way to do it. I think he's a fucking great coach.
Yeah.
That's why I asked him on game day, like, why are you doing? Like, I understand you're a great coach,
Big sacrifice.
but you could be great. Deion could be great at fucking anything. Like
Yeah.
Deion could be great at any. I firmly believe that he could be good at anything, which is what I was trying to tell him in my question on game day. Like, you're better than everybody at baseball. You're better than everybody at football. If you want to be a preacher man, you'd probably be the fucking #1 preacher man in the world if you wanted to. You make incredible content. You get into the punditry world if you wanted to.
He was the star on NFL Network when they used to do that.
They had Prime.
Yeah.
They had the post game
If
was
you ball, you get the call.
Yeah, you're on
yeah.
Deion's
That's it,
call.
yeah.
Like, he could be great at literally anything. I think he said, why are you choosing to do this? And he's like, well, he was in youth this, and he got into this. And it's because of his kids, obviously, are in there right now. But he's fucking great at I think he's great at it. And they win in everything he does. I'm surprised it's not more. I guess Cincinnati, Colorado, and USF are the 3 schools that have been talking to him. He's been very transparent with all his players, too, which is probably the right way to go about it.
It's the right way. Be real with them. They know what it is.
But Cardinals, if they suck the rest of the year, which seemingly staring down the barrel of that,
Don't look good.
next year, Hard Knocks in season might have a tough home to find.
Yeah.
But it is NFL Films. Everybody has respect for it.
Right.
Just do the Lions. They don't care.
Or the Bears. We'll go to the Bears. The Bear. Bear down.
Right on.
All right, here we go. Mike White. This is one of his touchdowns from Sunday. So this is cover 3.
Oh, come on.
Something we've been seeing and talking about all year long. And what we always say for the underneath defenders is you want to play things top down. This is a route concept that you're going to see every week almost. Outside flood, deep breaker. He's going to run them off. Then you're going to have a flat route. Pause real quick. One rule of thumb. Now it is, 3rd and 4 here, 3rd and 5. But one kind of rule of thumb here, if you're in zone coverage and you're a flat defender in a true zone coverage, if it's one in front of you, 9 times out of 10 is one behind you. So this is pretty much this here. And he's playing deep third, but he's playing it pretty much like man. So if it was anybody that can come off on this Elijah Moore outbreaking 7 route, it'll be this corner or him playing it top down and just discouraging it. But he plays it too snug to that flat route. Easy read from Mike White. And Elijah Moore, we had Elijah Moore sighting finally this year, so I know he's happy if nobody else is about this quarterback change. But you'll see the read for him. It's just him. He's just looking at that flat defender. If he's deep, I'll throw it to the check down. If not, bing, that's the one I want.
From what
Easy
you
read,
saw,
good
is
throw.
Mike White going to be able to continue to ball?
The thing about the, younger quarterbacks, obviously he has the talent, and the offense is about, knowing where to go pre-snap and then making the reads post-snap. But the thing about him, it won't get him this game, but coming out. And if he's watching this, coming out, like, first thing I look for as a quarterback is he a full field read guy or is he a half field read guy? And, like, all the greats are full. They're going to go from boom, 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 boom. For him, it's like, it's here. And it was there a lot of times, playing a lot of backups with the Bears. It was there, and he makes the reads. He
Playing
makes
that
the throws.
sorry-ass Bears team.
But as you go on and play tougher opponents, with savvier players, they're going to know, okay, he gives me that first look. okay, let me just beeline to where he's going and make a play. So if he can adjust, and this what reps is, he's still a young player as far as in the league goes, so the potential is there, but that's where he'll have to take the
Is
next
that what
step.
people say, getting tape on somebody?
Exactly.
Because there isn't a lot of tape on Mike White. But once, like, the vets, the savvy guys start seeing it, it's like, hey, he's only looking at half the field or whatever. Now, the Devontae Adams play could happen where he beats the
Patrick
Broncos,
Surtain.
Yeah, Surtain.
where he ends up going the opposite direction or whatever. And maybe that'll take place. But that's what people mean whenever they're getting tape on somebody.
As far
AJ,
as-
you smoking cigars. I thought you quit. Freedom of Recovery Addiction. Russell Brand, a book tomorrow.
I haven't read the book yet. Maybe after I read that.
All right, so that's basically, him playing this low to high. This is a different order. We can go here, though.
No, what do you want, 49ers?
Actually, 49ers, yeah, that first Fred Warner tackle. Okay, perfect.
This is AJ's favorite player.
So, as far as off-ball linebacker, best in the league. Always in the right plot, always in the right place. He can blitz. He flies around at an unbelievable speed. 9'7", 5'4", and 2'9" kind of set the tone for this defense. But great players and obviously a great coordinator. But everything they do is simple. So it's some pre-snap communication, but it's going to be kind of the opposite of what we saw with the Jets. Obviously a different play. But you want to invite checkdowns if you're in a zone defense. And this is what they do a lot of times, zone defense. So this is a simple routine play. It won't make a highlight tape. But you're inviting this checkdown, and then watch these guys' reaction when that checkdown comes. So boom, I'm set. Before the ball is even caught. So it's like this is, once again, 1st and 10. This is a routine drive starting play, but this is how you have one of the best defense in the National Football League. Is just doing what you do over and over again, being consistent with. But that's who this player is every Sunday. Every Sunday.
Is there anyone close to him, or was like Darius Leonard kind of the closest comparison?
Darius Leonard he's a different animal in my opinion. He's a more of a splash player. As far as like what he does different than anyone else that I've seen is every game he's going to end up with the ball in his hand.
Shaq Leonard?
Yeah, Shaq Leonard. It's going to be a pick. It's going to be a forced fumble. It's going to be something. And then the plays in between, he's a very good player as well. But the difference between, I would say, him and Fred Warner is Fred Warner is kind of like that guy who's always going to be in that right spot. Not saying that Shaq Leonard isn't, but 5'4" is always going to be there. And he knows his defense inside and out. So he knows how it's going to be attacked. And you can just see his read. I mean, I've seen this guy damn near break up screen passes, 4 yards in the backfield. So that's just the tempo he plays at. He sets the tone for this defense.
AJ, what are your thoughts on Fred?
He's amazing. I mean, all three of those guys in their little drops, you see them, they get to almost the sticks, and you hear coaches say you break on intentions, like the quarterback's intentions. Watch Fred's eyes. He's already breaking before the ball was even cocked from the old red rocket back there. Coaches freak out if you're playing like a spot drop coverage and you kind of float and you kind of wait to break. But these guys obviously are well coached and have repped this 10 million times and they're very disciplined to hey, we're going to be eyes on the quarterback. We're breaking from the sticks down.
Yeah. And the difference is in this play, if these guys float and you get these backs like Kamara,
Yak.
So once really run a little bit. So boom, once that throws, if they're still faking, it's not even just him, like you said, it's him. Everybody's rallying. So these guys are not only tackling, but they're tackling with leverage. He's sawing them off inside out. He's outside in, and like that. But if the difference is if you're back here and he's able to catch that ball and square you up, 9 times out of 10, these guys are making you miss one-on-one. It may not go, home run, but that may be a 7-yard gain now, 2nd and 3 instead of 2nd and 10. So that's how you play great defense in the National Football League. And then the next play.
Hold on. Fred Warner, strength right, strength left, strength right. This. What's he saying there?
So that was probably a close call. You got 12 personnel. Is Johnson a tight end? I think it's a tight end.
Juwan Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, so you got 2 tight ends here. So he probably running back all the way back. What I would assume is he's saying close left, and then close right. But that's what I would assume.
Is that because Troutman's next to the tackle and Juwan Johnson's kind of split out a little?
Well, coming into the week, if it's a 2 tight end set, we're gonna close it to a certain tight end.
I wonder if this fucking guy changes anything.
7.
Taysom.
Swiss Army.
Depends on what they classify him as. He could be treated as a tight end. He could be treated as a
What do you call this? Debo, what would you call it? 13 Hill or something? They usually give us a specific
this
name
probably
for it.
13 little or 13 speed, something like that.
And what's he saying to the D-line here? Just move your fucking ass?
It looks like he's what you call it?
Right to
would
left.
this be Bo or Boston him?
Oh.
It'd be boss into the strength, I guess.
This
but,
is
yeah.
all that shit we talked about on that slide. The close call, the down call.
Look at the communication.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Everybody-
right, yeah. Just
Dude, there's a lot.
Yeah.
A
So
lot
this
is happening here.
Every player. That's awesome.
This is standard 1st and 10, right? You said
This is just a 1st and 10. Like I said, this play will not be on a highlight clip, but this is what makes a great defense. Like we always say, quiet defense is a dead defense. This is the exact opposite of a like corners. Everybody is communicating, so no one's confused. Even if you don't know what the fuck is going on, you're gonna be hearing it. And then the guys up front who can't look back, they're getting a verbal communication. But you see, verbal and nonverbal communication. That's essential in defense because they're at home, so it's probably loud.
and then boom, just start that right back over again for 2nd down.
And then the next play is going to be the same thing.
And Tuafongo is directing guys in the secondary, too,
Yep.
to your point
Yep.
about him, Fred Warner and Bosa.
The next Niners play that. Hufanga.
Tuafongo. Good player. 29.
I don't believe we have Wolfongo on here.
If not.
This is why.
Here we
Sa-
go. Hufanga.
Oh, it's titled Saints.
Okay, well, yeah. All right, so this is best scoring defense in the league too. But just let this play. Defenses coaches always talk about defending every blade of grass. Kamara's gonna get this once again zone coverage. Everyone on the string, and once this ball comes out, it's gonna come out in the flat. You're gonna see a vice tackle. He's gonna hit him and hold him up. He's gonna come in, boom, 1 yard line.
Boom.
1 yard line, balls
Secure
up.
that
So
shutout.
coaches say this shit all the time. Defend every blade of grass. Defend every blade of grass. This is the epitome of that. Saints had 2 opportunities in the red area
they
to
had-
score. What's that?
They had a lot. They fucked up a lot. That game could have went the other way. very
13
easily.
zip.
Fred Warner had another forced fumble in this game too. On Kamara. Kamara had a tough day. Tough game. Me and Gertie's first round pick fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Tough game.
Hey, isn't it hold him though? Hold him.
Hold him up.
Yeah,
Hold
somebody
him up
hold.
for
Like,
help.
this is an
Yeah.
actual thing. Hold his ass up.
Yeah.
And then somebody else come in and get the ball. And little
Bang.
Paul Mall goes,
Boom. Bang. Shoulder
Bang
on
bang.
it.
and then that guy has a touchdown.
Oh.
Get
Juwan.
on it. Get on it.
Kamara's holding his arm, too. Looks like he got
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He lost 2 from
I
us,
would.
didn't he?
I
Yeah, he
would
lost
too.
2 from him.
Messi has 0 goals. Argentina's up
God
2.
damn it, Messi.
What?
Oh, you
Oh,
don't
they are.
say.
Hey, I tell you what, Messi's trying hard. I've had it on. Like that dude is trying. Like you could tell he's had a few shots on goal. He's been
Okay.
chugging. He just can't find a goal.
Shishowski.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete Shashowski.
You can just let this one play. We're not even going to talk about really the coverage. We're going to talk about something we had a couple weeks ago when Pat P had that interception. As far as when Jalen Hurts breaks this pocket, remember that push out
Oh, yeah.
rule?
Get him out of bounds.
Watch Rudy Ford, watch Jair.
Oh yeah.
So Rudy gets him out. Jair doesn't, but this is plaster, right? You got to, whatever the play is, fuck the play, fuck the route concept. Now you just have to find your guy, plaster. You'll see the push out up top, get out of bounds. He doesn't get it, but he keeps running, makes the play anyway. Obviously, he missed the throw.
Oh, nice.
But that's just that rule. DBs executing that rule, knowing once again when that quarterback breaks that tackle box, you can push a guy out of bounds. You can chuck a guy, just can't hold him.
How about Green Bay knowing the rules?
Yeah.
That's
huge.
because that DB coach came
Yep.
from Detroit.
Boom.
Yeah, that's right. They
did
gave
back
up 40 points still, but, yeah.
But on the ground.
On the ground.
Not in the secondary.
It's that 4th and 1 play that Kyler talked about being schematically fucked. Now, I don't know. It looked like there was definitely some confusion here. Hollywood's blocking. The tight end comes out like it's a pick route. It's obviously a fake run, but it's 0 blitz. So all these guys are one-on-one. Derwin James, he comes up early, but then does a good job just getting his head around, being on shit. That's the number 1 receiver, one of the best receivers in the league. But you see Kyler's confused. Boom, throws it up. Could have gave him a better ball, I think, but that's a
What a
great
play.
play. Great play from Derwin James.
4th down, bat it down to
Fourth
get better
and 1.
field position.
Fuck that.
What is he doing?
That-
Come on,
go get that- go
Derwin.
get that tater. That's Oski.
Keep that ball forever, too.
Damn right. Give me that.
Ice.
Unbelievable play.
Schematically fucked.
Schematically fucked. I mean, you
'Cause
could
of
throw a
the
better
throw,
ball
or-
there,
Because the
too.
team didn't know the play, or
But yeah, it's good. Look,
Hey, it's ugly in Arizona right now.
you saw confused. It is. They got to get it together, man. Or a couple people going to be moving. Kyler's going to be there, obviously. But,
Can't wait for Hard Knocks this week.
Yeah, that's right. It's tonight
Oh, yeah.
or
Where
yesterday.
to get your
One,
head
two.
around and go make a play.
Could be tomorrow.
Good job. Good job, Darwin.
Next play, scramble drill. Once again, watch D. Slay. D. Slay scramble drill. This is what, Aaron has been great at his whole career. Breaking tackles, breaking sacks, extending plays. But just watch D. Slay stay in Lazard's hip pocket, bats the ball up. Jay Scott goes up and bat it. So that's textbook. I mean, this is hard to do because you can't. You try to practice this, you know, if you're playing against A-Rod, if you're playing against Big Ben, you say, all right, we're going to have a scramble drill, period. But it's never the same what you're going to see on game day. So great job by everybody. If you pause it, like everybody's Watson, Tunyon,
Glued to him.
glued. Like everybody's strapped up. So it's really nowhere. I mean, he can throw his ball maybe out above, but, you know, great play from Big Play Slay.
A lot of dogs out there on the Philadelphia Eagles
Scrappy.
defense. And boom,
Bang.
off the face.
Yes, sir.
Boom, make a catch. Darius Slays played against Aaron Rodgers 23 times, 24 times.
Damn.
Doesn't have a pick, but he does have an alley-oop right here.
Hoop right there.
Off
yeah.
his face.
No, you wish you would have caught it.
He said he wants a Mount Rushmore ball from Aaron. I wonder if old buddy is split in half with him.
It's going to be tough to beat those Johns in Philly with all the Johns in Philly in the playoffs.
Yeah, especially with the way them Johns are playing. Boom.
But, yeah. I think that's
It's
it.
good coverage. Hey, thank you, DB.
Hey, D-Boy.
Could have been more fun.